I'm 70 now. When I was 68, I had prostate surgery. I had a robotic laparoscopic procedure, and afterwards I had some incontinence. The urologist had warned me about it in advance, and he said to me it might resolve over the next year, so give it a year, and if it didn't resolve, then there were procedures that I could have done if I needed. In the beginning, to me, it was severe. I used 4 of the thick pads every day. As the months went on, it got less and less. So by the end of the year, I was down to using 1 thin pad a day on average. 1 on average. The devil is in the details. There are some days when I would say, gee, I hardly needed this. There were other days when I needed 2, and if I wasn't careful about planning, if I didn't think about going to the bathroom before I went out to the restaurant, if I didn't watch how much I ate or drank, then I could even exceed the pad and have a problem. So at the end of a year, when I still needed to wear a pad, and even wearing a pad, I still might have a problem, I talked to my surgeon, and he said, you'd be a good candidate for a urethral sling. And I saw an expert there on urethral slings, and he said, yeah, you'd be a good candidate, but you might also be a good candidate for something called ProACT, which is less invasive and has a quicker recovery time. So I went home and I read about it, and on the website, there's a little section in the upper right-hand corner that says find a physician. And I saw a Dr. Beltran in West Palm Beach, the town right next to me. So I had the product implant 11 weeks ago, and the procedure was very quick. And I was sedated, so I don't really know how long it was, but I think it was 15 or 20 minutes. I went home. I was given pain medication in case I needed it, but I never had any pain, and I never took any pills. Right away, the incontinence was much better, and I actually stopped wearing a pad. However, every once in a while, I would still have I'd still lose a little urine. And so 6 weeks after that, I had an adjustment made. So that was 5 weeks ago. And now I'm cured. I haven't lost any urine. I play pickleball. I walk the dog for miles. I do whatever I want. This morning, for example, my wife got out of bed early and was getting dressed, and the dog needed to go out. Well, a few months ago, I would have had to get up and go to the bathroom before I could go and let the dog out. But now I just get up, I let the dog out, give the dog a treat, and then I go to the bathroom. We flew from Florida to New York last week. We were sitting in the airport drinking a cup of coffee. My wife said, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom before we get on the airplane. I said, no, I don't have to. I don't feel like I have to. And I didn't. And we flew for 3 hours, and I haven't lost a single drop in 5 weeks. I'm back to where I was before the prostate surgery. Well, first I couldn't believe it, because my friend, who's 10 years younger than I am, some years ago he had this a prostatectomy done, and he had the urethral sling, and he had like a 6-week period of taking it easy. So when I saw this, and I saw I could get it done in an outpatient procedure and have it done in a few minutes, I took a week off of pickleball, but that's all. It was really easy, and I would recommend it to anyone. I wish I had done it. I wish I had done it sooner. I wish I hadn't had this period where I had the incontinence, but it's completely cured now, and I would tell everybody about it. I thought my incontinence had gotten considerably better. I was contemplating living with it. I was contemplating, well, maybe I'll just get used to wearing a pad when I go out to dinner or when I go to a friend's house. Maybe I'll just, but this is so remarkable and so freeing to be back to where I was. Never think about it, never worry about it. Just go on and do anything you want without any restrictions. Now, I would say if you're mild, still think about getting it done, because getting back to normal is pretty amazing.